Hey, Chester County, Chris Lagarde here with the Chris and Company real estate team. Wanted to give you a quick supplement to this what's going on in the seller side market. Now, here's some good news: is that home ownership is still absolutely one of the best ways to build wealth for you and your family over time. It's the bedrock of that, so that's never going to change. And I want to give you a quick visual of why, if you're thinking about selling in the next 12 to 18 months, that you probably should talk to us right now. And look, I think if you know me, you know my team. We're not here to give high pressure sales tactics. What we want to do is give you the information you need to make a great decision for you and your family. So let's take a look at this. This is home prices on an annual basis going back to 1991. That's what you're looking at, is where the home prices have been. Now that yellow line is the trend. That takes into account the long-term average of 4% appreciation every year. Now, what I want you to notice is what was happening in around 2002 through 2007, right? Prices got inflated. They went over that trend line, right? And we had the huge debacle in 2008, and it took a while to recover, right? You can see that in 2008, prices dropped. They dropped again in 2009. The last year of dropping was 2011, and then we've been recovering since then. Well, as we all know, home prices have gone up quite a bit in the last 2 to 3 years, and we have now exceeded that trend line. So if you're thinking about selling, why do you even care? Here's why you care: because essentially where we are at right now, you can see the trend line says $343,000 is what the national, this is a national graph, right? What the national price should be. And we're at 395. We've exceeded that the last couple of years. So here's the thing: there is the law, as I'm calling it, the law of the market cycle. The markets cycle on a regular basis, usually every 7 to 10 years. It's been a while since the last one because that was so disruptive, and there were some other things the government did to kind of prolong the recovery. And so now we find ourselves again in 2006, 2007. We're over that trend line, and naturally the market has to correct itself. Now, we're not going to see a huge drop in sale or in values like we did back in 2008, 2009. However, it's the law of the market cycle. We're going to see a decrease in home values, which is why I share this with you. And we are essentially in 2007 right now. So when you look at that graph, what's going to happen is the home values are going to drop nationally. Now, in Chester County, I'm not sure, I'm going to do the research and I'll get a video to you guys next week about exactly what this looks like in Chester County specifically, but in the outlying areas. But here's what I want you to understand: is that your home is worth today more than it will be for the next 7 to 10 years, give or take, depending on what happens specifically. But we can count on the market cycle, right? We see that back through history. And so that's what I wanted to share with you, that if we are now in 2007, home values are going to change. They're going to go down. Your home is worth now today more than it will be in arguably 7 to 10 years. So if you're thinking about selling and the value of your house is really important to you, getting the equity out of it, please give us a call. We would love to give you the information you need to make a great decision around: should you sell, should you stay, what's the deal with that? And we would love to just have a no pressure conversation around all of that. And so also, if you're a buyer or you're a seller that's going to buy as well, we understand that we're looking at the interest rates and they're higher than they have been historically. They are actually average, historically speaking, but they feel so high because they've been suppressed for a long time. But we have solutions for that. So if you want to hear what some of those solutions are that can help with that and get you down to maybe as much as 2 percentage points less than when I checked it yesterday, it was at 6.6. So we get you down to under 5 potentially for at least a year. And if interest rates adjust, and they adjust down, you can refinance from that depending on a few details with that. So please, 2 things you can do. One, if you're interested in the value of your home, just give us a call, reach out to us. We would love to talk to you about that. Number 2, our website, if you go to ccteamre.com, that's ccteamre.com. You can go under sellers and what's the value of my home and plug it in there and get a really good idea. It pulls from a lot of different websites, so you don't have to go to Zillow or Redfin or some of those other sites. It'll pull the value for you from those sites and give you all of those numbers, so you don't even have to go there. So that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. Hopefully this is helpful. If it is, please comment. I'd love to talk to you about all those things. We'll see you next week.